whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. That's crazy talk, but I think it kind of works. Let's just check out an E major scale. Here's E. A whole step is a 2-fret jump to F sharp. So that's a whole step. Then you got another whole step. E, F sharp, G sharp. There's another whole step. 2-fret jump, which sounds pretty cool. Groovy, man. About a half step. We're going to go, once again, whole step, half step. There's a 1-fret jump. And that's just the way the ancient Greeks figured it out. Romans conquered Greece, and then Romans spread the major scale throughout Europe with the church music. So this is like a church scale. So it's an E, F sharp, G sharp, half step to A. Sounds like sometimes in our life we all have pain, we all have sorrow. Lean on me or something, you know? Whatever. Very simple, very fun. Then you got another whole step, so that's right on, man. That's a whole step to B. It's good finger exercise. But if you miss one of these, it sounds really weird. Check it out. What? Oh. Oh my God, we messed it up. Let's get it back in order. Must obey the rules. Must be in 100% compliance at all times. So that's a, we also number these. These are the intervals of the scale, which is a 1, 2, 3, the 4, the 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Those sound nice. When you go up to the 6th, it sounds like we're getting, I mean, that's kind of a nice contained little sound. But when we go to the 6th, it sounds like you're kind of breaking out of the box. That's another whole step. Sounds kind of like weird, you know? Like, what key are we in again? That's the 6th interval. All right. What's next? Probably a 7th. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like that 7 because it's loaded with tension. When I show students this and I get them up to that 7, what do you think they do? There's another whole step. They can't resist. They have to finish it. Oh man, you wrecked it. Another half step. That's the 8 or the octave. The 7, I just like the tension of that 7. So let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Half step to the 8. So we've got whole steps and half steps. All scales pretty much that we know of in the Western Hemisphere will be made of whole steps and half steps. Like in India, they have a little tiny intervals. Between that, there might be, you know, I don't know how many notes are between like a half step. They find other little notes in there. I don't really know much about that. But before we can really have a good conversation, well, let me say it really helps. If we're going to discuss theory, you've got your major scales really hammered down, really, really well understood. And I'm just doing it on one string because it's easy to see. And once we start tangling into all 6 strings, it gets more complicated, doesn't it? And we did a whole bunch of that, of major pentatonic. Maybe we'll do major scale and do those 5 patterns. But, I don't want to beat it into the ground. So, yeah, Matthew had a comment about trying to wrap his head around whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. I don't really like saying that. I think that's just weird, but it works. I'll try to comply. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. It's just too many words, but it's fun. I can do it by sound a little easier. Not to go crazy here, but you can also bend. If this is your 8 at the 12th fret, you go down to the 7th note of the scale. You can bend it up to the 8, which is a half step bend. That's kind of a lonely sound. And you can take like a 6th interval, bend it up to a 7th interval like this. You can take a 5th and bend it to a 6th. That's pretty. You can take a 4th and bend it to a 5th. You can take a 3rd and bend it to a 4th. You can take a 2nd and bend it to a 3rd. Here's a 1. I'm going to bend it to a 2 like this. Oh, hope I don't break my string. That feels really tight. Maybe I'll come down here. Let's try this. Yeah. Ouch. That hurts. I think I bent it flat now. That was experimental. A smarter thing to do is go to the 2nd string, go. If I want to bend my E, I go to 2nd string, find an E. So those bends. Okay, buddy. Thank you for watching. I'm old Brookie. I won't do you no harm. I gotta repaint my model tomorrow. I built this when I was about 8, and I was always ashamed of the paint job, and so I tried to make it better. I don't know if I did. I got to get rid of the eyebrows, and the teeth are too nice and white. I got to make it more skull-like. I think I know what to do. The eyes need more black junk around the eyes. But it's, I go to this art class on Tuesdays. It's like kind of rehabilitation for aging rockers. But, do something. Get outside and do some fun stuff. Do some art. Thanks for watching. I really have fun making the videos.